Well, hey, uh, thank you very much for being here. I'm really glad that you're coming back. And if you're here for the first time, a special welcome to you. If you have watched Taming Your Gremlin Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, Part 5A, and 5B, then you've probably noticed that what we're covering are what I call the basics of pleasure. They're the first six principles, first key tools in the Gremlin timing method. And they have to do with how to establish your emotional equilibrium and, when necessary, restore it. In other words, how to feel cool, calm, collected, and relatively content regardless of circumstances. And they're very practical, and they really work. They're transformative. Um, what I want to tell you about today is the sixth principle, the sixth basic of pleasure. And let me tell you what it is. It is, I'm going to say it slowly, establish the here and now as your home base from which you consciously direct your spotlight of awareness. Now I'm going to say it again. Establish the here and now as your home base. Notice I'm not saying be here now. Be here now all the time. I'm saying establish the present moment as your home base from which you consciously direct your spotlight of awareness. And your awareness is like a spotlight. It's a spotlight mounted in the current moment. From its place in the current moment, you can go into the past via memory, into the future via fantasy. You can do all sorts of things. You can analyze, you can fantasize, you can pay attention to what's going on in your immediate surroundings, you can pay attention to what's going on in your body. But basically, let's think in terms of three realms of awareness, okay? Three realms of awareness. Realm number one is your body. It's really all you know about for sure. Now, those of you that have watched Taming Your Gremlin Part 3, I think it is, we talk a lot about the body and skin and how every experience you have in this life really occurs from your skin in. I mean, events occur around you, many involve you, even if you don't want them to, but your experience of all those events happens from your skin in. So realm of awareness number one is your body. Got it? Realm of awareness number two is what you notice and can pick up in your immediate surroundings. In other words, what you can directly experience with your senses, with your sensory receptors. As long as you are grounded in, as long as your experience, as long as you are focused on your body and what's going on in your immediate surroundings, you are grounded in the present, in the here and now. But there's another zone, another realm I want to mention to you, and I just call it the world of mind. Fantasy, memory, analytical thought, constructive thought, creative thought, all sorts of stuff. You can do a lot of things up there. You can fantasize, you can aggrandize, you can scare the hell out of yourself, whatever you want to do. Now, there's nothing wrong with the world of mind, but let me say this. If you and I were in the same room right now, and I saw your eyes pointed my direction, and at the same time, I was very aware your eyes were pointed my direction. I could see that. I might be aware at the same time of a vibration in my throat because I'm speaking. So those two things, those two zones, mean I'm grounded in the present moment. But there's also the world of mind. And sometimes what happens is we contaminate the present moment with fears about the future or negative memories from the past. And when we do that without noticing it, in other words, when we drag in something from the world of mind to the present moment without knowing we're doing it, that's what's called a neuroses. So if I saw your eyes pointed my direction, we were in the same room, at this very moment, I would probably make up, make believe, imagine, assume you were listening to me. So I'll just keep talking for another minute or two, which is what I'm going to do. By the same token, if what I thought was you were angry with me or you getting ready to take a swing at me, I'd probably cover myself up or get the heck out of here. Yet that happens all the time. We tend, based on our past experiences, to contaminate the present moment with stuff up here. Now again, that's fine as long as you know you're doing it. The key here is choice. So that's why I'm saying establish the here and now as your home base from which you consciously direct your spotlight of awareness. You choose where to place it. Okay? So, basic of pleasure number one, I will tell you real quickly, is make feeling at peace your top priority. Basic of pleasure other than survival, of course. Basic of pleasure number two is remember that doing that is primarily, not exclusively, but is primarily an inside job. Number three is remember that that inside job begins with really staying aware of where you end and all else begins, miraculous sheath known as your skin. Basic of pleasure number four is breathe, damn it, breathe. And I'm not just saying take in all of the air that you want and exhale fully, though I am saying that. What I am saying is that your breathing is not only a regulator of your inner experience, it's an indicator. And when it gets shallow, it's telling you you are entering the world of mind. And if you're doing some constructive thinking, that's fine. But if what you're doing is ruminating, going over and over the same stuff time and time again, probably not the best way to spend your time. So, basic of pleasure number five is relax your pact to keep your act intact. And Taming Your Gremlin 5A and 5B get into that. So, and number six, I've just told you what it is. Establish the here and now as your home base from which you consciously direct your spotlight of awareness. Now, I want to tell you, the first person to ever simplify what I just said to you, what I've just said to you is an adaptation of something that was done by Fritz Perls, who was a brilliant, brilliant psychiatrist, who he and his wife Laura Perls really developed what you may have heard of called Gestalt therapy, and not to be confused with Gestalt psychology, by the way. He was a brilliant psychiatrist, died in 1970, wrote some incredible books, and what I'm doing now is an adaptation of what Fritz really developed. So thank you, Fritz Perls, wherever you are. Thank you very much for being here. I realize I'm shotgun speaking here, trying to get this done quickly for you, but I so appreciate you being here and the support that you've given to my work. It's just the most gratifying thing I know. You know, thank you very, very much. And I hope you come back and see me again.